Order. The clerk will now proceed to read the orders of the day.
Item 1, the Retirement and Re-employment Amendment Bill, second reading.
Minister for Manpower.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read a second time. Mr. Speaker, the Retirement and Re-employment on the Amendment Bill is linked to the next bill on the order paper, which is the Central Provident Fund Amendment Bill 2021. Both the bills support our senior workers. With your permission, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to propose that the substantive debate on both bills take place together.
Please proceed.
Yeah, this will allow a more holistic debate, and we will still have the formal second reading of the CPF Amendment Bill to ensure that procedural requirements are dealt with. So thank you. Singapore's labour market is adapting to an older workforce in tandem with demographic needs. With the support of the tripartite partners between 2010 and 2019, we have made necessary adjustments to our employment and retirement policies so that senior workers can continue to work beyond 65 if they wish. We started promoting the concept of re-employment in 2007, and after extensive outreach, established the re-employment age to be 65 in 2012. We then raised the re-employment age to 67 in 2017. These innovations in our labour market have helped allow our seniors to remain economically active. By 2020, about a quarter of our resident labour force was aged 55 and above, and this is up from 16.5% a decade ago. This has helped more of our senior workers earn more and save more. With CPF Life, they have added assurance of a perpetual monthly income in their retirement years. In 2018, the National Trades Union Congress, NTUC, called for a fresh effort to prepare Singapore's ageing workforce for the future. In response, we formed the tripartite work group on older workers, the work group, to 1, review the longer-term relevance of the retirement age and re-employment age and consider our next moves. 2, to examine the CPF contribution rates for senior workers and their impact on retirement adequacy. And 3, to promote an inclusive workforce and progressive workplaces that value senior workers. The work group consulted extensively and presented its recommendations to the government in 2019. One of its key recommendations was to retain the statutory retirement and re-employment age framework. Under this framework, employers cannot terminate an employee on grounds of age before the statutory retirement age. Workers have the assurance of continued employment up till the statutory re-employment age if they are able and if they wish to do so. At the same time, businesses have sufficient flexibility to adjust re-employment terms, enabling them to continue providing employment opportunities to our senior workers while remaining competitive. It was also observed from other countries' experiences that doing away with the statutory ages does not necessarily lead to higher employment rates. The work group went on to recommend increasing both the retirement age and re-employment age by 3 years to 65 and 70 respectively by the end of the decade. The work group had assessed this to be a realistic goal, considering improvements in health and life expectancy, the better educated and higher skilled workers today, as well as enhanced organizational capabilities and capacity to manage our senior workers well. So achieving this by the end of this decade also provides time for employers to adjust. Another key recommendation of the work group was to raise the CPF contribution rates for workers aged 55 to 70 over the next decade to boost retirement adequacy for our seniors, even as we provide them with the flexibility to continue working for longer. The increases are to be phased in gradually, taking into account prevailing economic conditions. When completely implemented, the full CPF contribution rates will apply to senior workers up to age 60, compared to 55 today. The rates will step down gradually for workers above 60. In addition, the work group recommended that employers undertake complementary changes to their policies, the processes, and practices. Employers should engage mature and senior workers to structured career planning sessions at certain age milestones to plan their future career trajectories as well as training requirements. To encourage more age-friendly workplaces, employers should also embark on job redesign as well as provide more part-time re-employment opportunities. The government has accepted all of these recommendations. The bill today amends the Retirement and Re-employment Act to establish the maximum possible statutory retirement and re-employment ages at 65 and 70 respectively. This reflects the recommendations of the tripartite work group. The prevailing retirement and re-employment ages will continue to be prescribed by notification in the Gazette. In line with the consensus of the tripartite partners, the government will prescribe the statutory retirement age and re-employment age to be 63 and 68 respectively, and this will be effective from 1st July 2022, and that is next year. Naturally, employers who wish to move faster are free to do so. In fact, the public sector has already taken the lead by implementing a retirement age of 63 and a re-employment age of 68 1 year earlier on the 1st of July this year. Other recommendations of the work group are also being implemented. In particular, the first increase in senior workers' CPF contribution rate will take effect from 1st January 2022. Employees aged 55 to 70 will see an increase in total CPF contribution rates of up to 2 percentage points. This increase was deferred by a year from the original announced timeline of 1st January 2021 as a nimble move to help employers manage costs amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The deferment was also supported by the labor movement, who viewed this as a balanced approach to help senior workers to keep their jobs. Our ability to shift gears and to jointly focus on tackling the immediate challenges at hand while not losing sight of our longer-term vision is a true reflection of the strength of Singapore's tripartisan model. We will continue to engage our tripartite partners at each phase of rate increases over this decade. The government is also doing our part to help employers adjust to these changes. We introduced the 1.5 billion Singapore dollar Senior Worker Support Package in 2020. And through this package, we provide offsets for senior workers' wages and the additional employer CPF contributions. There are also grants to encourage employers to go one step further and raise their internal retirement and re-employment ages above the statutory ages and to provide more part-time work options for senior workers. Let me assure members that raising the retirement and re-employment ages provides the flexibility for older workers to work longer, but does not compel them to do so. Those who do not wish to continue working need not do so and can enjoy their retirement. To be clear, these changes will not affect existing CPF withdrawal policies and ages. At age 55, you can still withdraw at least $5,000, and you can still start your CPF payouts from age 65 onwards.